documenting my fertility journey. Today's video will probably be a little bit longer, just talking about how I responded to Letrozole this month, how my IUI went yesterday, and my 2-week wait bucket list. So if you're new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing to my channel. If you guys enjoy the video, please make sure you give me a thumbs up so I know that you liked it. To all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for returning. You guys know that I love y'all. Let's get right into the video. So I made myself some notes for today's video. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I'm gonna try to go through as fast as possible because y'all know I can talk. Another thing I want to address, I'm in my bedroom today. If you see me looking this way, it's because I'm looking at myself in the screen. I had to do a quick setup today so I could get this video done for you guys. But first I want to talk about how I responded to Letrozole. I did do a live talking about this, but I know everybody doesn't go back and watch videos sometimes, so I just wanted to kind of do a quick recap really fast. So this month I took 5 milligrams of Letrozole. Along with taking Letrozole, the supplements that I took were my prenatal vitamin, which is the Rainbow Light Prenatal, vitamin D3. I used the Vitafusion gummy. I also took CoQ10 this month. I also started incorporating myo-inositol this month. Those are the supplements that I took. I did have one smoothie with maca root in it. That was all. I don't really think it made that much of a difference. What I do think made a big difference this month was cutting out sugar and drinking more water. I bought this bubble cup, keep my water cold, and a smaller cup to bring around with me everywhere I go so that I could incorporate more water. And with this, I've been able to get on average between 60 and 75 ounces of water every day. So increasing my water consumption and cutting out sugar really has helped me this month because I responded very well to Letrozole. I've never responded this well to Letrozole, so I was very happy to see these results. Another thing that I should mention that I take twice per week is 0.5 milligrams of cabergoline because I have high prolactin as well. I'll show you guys how I responded to the Letrozole this month. I responded very, very well, and I'm very proud of myself. So first, I'll start with my uterine lining. My uterine lining, you probably know, but my uterine lining was at a 10, and then I made 3 mature follicles this month. I made a 23 on my left side, a 18 on my right side, and a 17 on my right side. So they almost canceled my IUI because I responded a little too well, and they were like, listen, the next time you take this, we're gonna lower your dose because you're over responding to everything. So last month on Letrozole, I only made 1 mature follicle that was a 19. This month I did very, very, very well, and they told me that they would have to counsel me about my chances of conceiving multiples, and they were going to cancel it, but they were saying based on my history, I've made multiple follicles in the past and I still haven't been able to conceive, but they still wanted to counsel me and let me know that there's a higher chance of having triplets, but a very high chance of having twins this month. And they asked me if I wanted to cancel it. I didn't want to. My husband and I are okay with the potential of having multiples, and we decided to go forward with our IUI. So yesterday was IUI day. So on Tuesday I took my trigger shot, and on yesterday, Thursday, I had my IUI done. But you guys, I did not sleep the night before. My nerves were so bad. So bad because with my clinic, you have to call at 8 p.m. on the night before, and you have to let them know that you're coming in. You have to call by 8 p.m. and I called after. Oh my God, they didn't have us on the list. Luckily, it was only one other couple getting the IUI done, so they went ahead and put us in. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to get our IUI done, and I was so nervous about that. So nervous. I didn't get any sleep the night before because I was so worried, and then we have to drive 3 hours to get to our fertility clinic, so I was really worried that we would be denied. So when it came time to do my IUI, I ended up having a new doctor. I've never seen her before. She wasn't my favorite doctor. Everybody else I see there are active duty members, and I haven't had any issues with it. This doctor was older and she was a civilian doctor, and I wasn't really feeling her too much because I wanted to get an ultrasound done to see if my body had started to ovulate, because I was starting to feel tenderness in my uterus. Like every step I took, it just felt like it was just something pulling at my uterus up until I got the IUI done. So I was like wondering, she was like, oh no, we don't do that. It doesn't really matter if we do it or not. The trigger shot is 99% effective and making you ovulate between 24 and 36 hours. And at that point, it was about 36 hours that I was getting the IUI done. And their hope is that the sperm will be able to meet the egg in the fallopian tube. So that's why they don't do. I still wanted the ultrasound done for a peace of mind. For our IUI, our count this month was 55 million, which was excellent. They only require you to have 10 million. I did bring up to them about taking progesterone in the morning and in the evening because let me get it. The past couple months I've been taking this endometrium stuff, these little tablets for my progesterone, and she actually prescribed me this one, these little balls. I've never had this one. This is Prometrium. It's 100 milligrams, and I am to insert one of these vaginally twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, so that I am up in my dosage of progesterone. They're 100 milligrams. I don't know if I said that, but the actual IUI process, let's talk about this because this lady, y'all know, with that metal speculum is already uncomfortable, okay? And this lady was something else with this metal speculum. I've never had anyone be as rough as she was. She was making it seem like it was my fault that I was so uncomfortable, and she almost seemed like she had an attitude about it, and I was just like, what is wrong with this lady? Like, I'm definitely gonna be talking to the hospital and my other doctors about you because this might not work out. So this lady took the speculum and she was like jabbing me with it. It felt like she was pinching and stabbing me with the speculum. Like, she was tearing me up, okay? And my uterus was already tender because I think that I was ovulating, or like it was just so close to ovulation time. I was having cramping and stuff going on, and she was like jabbing it, and I was just so uncomfortable. And she was like, I'm just gonna need you to hold on to your husband's hand so that I can get this in here. I can't get to your cervix with you jumping in. I'm like, but you stabbing me. I was like, I'm just very uncomfortable. And she turned to the nurse girl that was there and was like, do you guys have a longer one in here? Maybe she's not a regular in this department. So the girl went on a hunt for a longer speculum. I've never had to have this happen to me before, and she got the longer speculum. It was much better, but it still felt like she was pinching me. Even when she opened the speculum, it was just still uncomfortable. It was my most uncomfortable experience. And TMI sidebar, I usually like men to be my OBGYNs because they are a lot more gentle. In my own experience, every time I've had a male to deal with, they are so much more calmer and nicer with the speculum. They move a lot slower because they don't want to hurt you. And every time I've ever had a woman as a doctor, she's always just the worst when it comes to that. So that's enough of that. But yeah, she was just so rough, y'all. She hurt me so bad. I was sitting there like holding my husband's hand, and I'm trying to like hold his hand so that I can squeeze his hand. But every time he was sitting on this side of me, so I keep turning. But when I would turn to the side and kind of look at him and take deep breaths, and I guess my face was saying how much pain I was in, he was squeezing my hand. He was squeezing my hand so that because he was squeezing my hand, I couldn't grip his hand enough to squeeze his hand like I was supposed to. And I was just like, this is defeating the purpose. Like, he was just like, oh no. He was uncomfortable. He knew that I was getting aggravated with the lady, and it was something. It was very, very uncomfortable. But when she went to, so if you've never had an IUI done before, there's I don't know, it's a little catheter, I guess, and they have to put it up through your cervix to release the sperm into your cervix. This lady was like, I could feel her like stabbing around at my cervix trying to get to get it in there. Last month when I had this done, my doctor was a male doctor who I love there. Everything was a breeze. Like I told you guys, it was not painful at all. This time with this lady, and my husband was like, he could see her just kind of like, I felt it, but he could see her just the way she was stabbing around with this thing. And it's plastic, and it's a plastic, but the tip of it is pointy. And it wasn't like she was taking a needle and jabbing in there, but I could feel her just kind of jabbing around. And it was just so annoying. But another thing that I noticed this month that I noticed I didn't have last month was an increased amount of cervical mucus. And I had a lot of cervical mucus that she had to like swab my cervix so that she could get the catheter through my cervix in order to release the sperm. So that made me feel good that I had like cervical mucus like really going in there. She made a few comments about it because I didn't last month. I didn't have any cervical mucus and everything was pretty dry the whole time. But it's the next day and I've already noticed cervical mucus that's like raw egg white like cervical mucus, and I'm still having tenderness in my uterus. I don't think it's from the damage she was doing to my cervix. My uterus is very tender today. It's very tender if you press on my pelvis, but it's not too bad. The cramps aren't bad. It's not really cramps. It's just more of like a dull ache kind of sensation that's going on. So I hope all of this are good signs that we're moving forward with a positive this month. After I did the IUI yesterday, I went to sleep. I took me a nap, and then when I got up, I just walked around the block walking my dogs, and I plan on just continuing that kind of daily activity just to keep the blood flowing and keep things going, helping me keep my mind off of things. So yeah, that was my IUI experience yesterday. She really jacked me up, but at the end she did tell me to consider myself pregnant until proven otherwise, which made me feel good in the end. On my way home, because I don't have a bye-bye baby near me, I talked to a lot of you on live. On Tuesday night, I talked to you guys, and you guys told me a part of my bucket list that my 2-week wait bucket list, that I should make myself a baby registry. I did make a baby registry, but what I did though, instead of making a baby registry, I made myself a wish list on Amazon so that I can familiarize myself with more of what's out there for babies. But I did take me a nice little stroll through Bye Bye Baby, and I enjoyed myself, and I realized that I want all the expensive things. I want all of the expensive things. I saw a few strollers that I like, car seats that I like, and I was like, if we happen to have multiples, we're gonna be broke. We're gonna be broke. Yeah, I don't want to be splurging and going crazy spending money on a bunch of stuff, because having kids is expensive. But there are some things that I want to splurge on. I've been waiting 4 years for this, y'all. There are some things that I'm willing to splurge on, and the car seat and stroller are the two main things that I'm willing to splurge on, because one, I've babysat before, and that baby weight and car seat weight ain't no joke. I was not ready for that, and so I was like, I think I want that. I want a lighter car seat, and then also I know that I'm gonna need a stroller that can be compact, because I don't have the biggest trunk. I do have an SUV, but my trunk isn't as big as I would like for it to be. And I don't want to get a new car, because I've only had my car for 2 years now, and I'm not ready to get a car, and Dion wants me to get a van, and I want a van. Amazon taught me a lot last night too. When I sat down and made the list, I just kind of went from one thing, and then it recommended something else, and so I was just kind of like I spent like an hour and a half, 2 hours creating this list of things on Amazon, looking at reviews on stuff, but then it was just kind of suggesting a lot of things I didn't know existed, like glass baby bottles. I'm very interested in this, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna be looking. So I started looking for glass baby bottles, and then what, like baby wraps and stuff came up, and all these different baby washes and shampoos and all this stuff came up, and I just started getting excited, and I was making this list. So I made myself like a little baby wish list, so that I just kind of had a place to store all the things that I'm interested in, so I could go back and look at reviews and stuff. So when the time comes when I can actually make a baby registry, I know all the things that I want. I've read reviews, I've checked reviews, and I can just kind of transfer it over there. So for now, I just have a wish list. Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on things that need to be on the wish list, things that I need to check out, read reviews for, please leave me a comment down in the comment section letting me know. I'll try. I don't know if I can leave a link to the wish list, because I've never shared any of my wish lists or anything on Amazon. They're usually just lists that I make for myself so that I don't forget certain things when I want to buy it later. Like this week, I've been holding off on Amazon shopping because Prime Day is coming up next week. So I'll try to link the wish list so you guys can see what I've added to it, and you can, if you want, you can suggest other things to me. But that has started, and I guess over the next 2 weeks, if I'm bored or something, I can add to that. I did want to share with you guys, since we did talk about bucket list things for my 2-week wait. First, I have on my list family time and date nights with my cousin Bree. Tomorrow my family's having a cookout, so I'll be busy with that tomorrow. But then tomorrow night, me and my cousin are going either to a dinner and a movie or just to the movies because she wants to see a scary movie. So I'm going with her. I do have like more family things coming up, and then also Lion King is coming out, and so me and Brie will be having another date night next weekend. I do volunteer. I don't talk about it a lot on this channel, but I do a lot of volunteer work, so I'm sure I'll be busy with that. I have some trainings to do for my volunteer stuff, and so I'll definitely will be busy with that. The third thing I have on my list is my plants and my garden. So I share on Instagram all the time my plants and collecting plants, and for the day of my follicle scan, I went to a new plant nursery up in Bethesda, Maryland, where I go, and I got a new plant. It's a maidenhair fern. It's very delicate. It is the leaves on it, the foliage on it is like paper thin. It needs a whole lot of attention. You have to water it sometimes twice a week. The lighting has to be right. You can't have all this wind and stuff on it. There's a lot of things that go into it, just like a baby. So I've named my new plant Baby, and I'll insert a picture somewhere so you guys can see it. It is the cutest little plant. I got it. It's a little baby maidenhair fern. So I named it Baby, and so that's gonna be distracting for me over the next couple weeks to learning this plant and how to properly care for it and stuff. And so I thought it was perfect for the 2-week wait. If you're interested in plants, I think is a good way. Taking my time to learn a new plant is definitely going to take up some of my attention. I have plant books and everything that I'll sit and read because I take my plants serious. If you guys haven't seen already, I have a nice little plant stand. Baby isn't on that one. She's in the house, but the rest of my plants are on this nice plant stand that me and my husband refinished on our front porch. The fourth thing I have on my list is Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime Video. You guys gave me some suggestions on some shows that I should watch, like Good Girls on Netflix. I also have some shows to watch that my DVR has been recording, which are One Born Every Minute and Expecting on the Up Network. I like those shows, so I'll be catching up on those. And I'm sure I do have some other shows that I need to catch up on, like Big Little Lies. There's a new show on HBO called Euphoria. I'm behind on that one, so I can start that one. So I have a lot of shows that I can watch and catch up on. That's gonna take up some of my attention and time too. Fifth on my list, I have my baby wish list on Amazon. I'll be continuously adding to that, especially after this video goes up. I'll take you guys' suggestion and then start my little research on that, on those items that you guys give me too. The last thing on my list that I have so far on my bucket list is to journal more. I haven't been journaling like I would like to lately, and I want to journal more. My goal is to journal every single day of the 2-week wait, so I'm documenting my feelings, my emotions, and everything that I'm experiencing. I don't want to go to forums. I just want to take my time and just document everything for myself in my own writing. So I have my journal here. It's almost over at the end of it, and I have the next one already on my nightstand ready for me to write in it. But this journal is almost full. I plan on finishing it up probably over this 2-week wait. Oh, 2 more things. Another thing I plan on doing over the 2-week wait is I use the Bible app, and there are plans that I like to follow. I don't even know if it's gonna pick it up, but I have a few plans on the Bible app that I'm doing right now. And then on Tuesday when I went live, I told you guys, some of you guys, about Fertility Calm. So it's pretty much like Fertility Calm. It's an app. It has this little wheel here, and there are all these different things. So for me, I'll check off the 2-week wait, which is here, and then it has waiting for pregnancy. You guys can't see it, but over here it says waiting for pregnancy, and then when I tap it, you see it kind of breaks up into more of these little flowers. So what can I do? Relaxation, and they have like meditations and stuff like that. I'll try to put a picture of this app or something so you guys can find it, but I like it. Self-nurturing is why I'm mentioning this, because it kind of gives you like a little bucket list of things you can do to practice self-care over your 2-week wait. And so I'll be referring to this too when I need it over the next 2 weeks. And then of course, you guys, I'll be busy with probably filming some content for you guys and editing. I discovered at Bye Bye Baby the Cybex line of strollers and stuff. So I got some reading materials to learn about this brand. I hope this video wasn't too long. I hope it made sense. I think that's all that I have to update you guys on. I'm thinking about possibly going live. I'll post on my community tab if I decide to go live, and I'll try to give you guys enough notice so that you guys can attend. But thank you guys so much for all your encouraging words. I do want to throw that out there. You guys have sent me so much love since my IUI yesterday. I appreciate all the love, all the support, all the prayers. Some of you have been emailing me, messaging me on Instagram, Facebook, and here on YouTube, and I appreciate all of the love. You guys have no idea. I felt so good yesterday. I'm so excited about this month. I feel very good about this month, and hopefully in the next 2 weeks, you guys, I'm finding out some positive news. And let us pray. Our babies are coming. You guys stay hopeful out there. You guys stay encouraged on your own journeys. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna take it one cycle at a time, one day at a time, 1 month at a time. But we are gonna get through this. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't already, thumbs up the video if you like this video. Also, if you aren't subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you can join my family. And yeah, you guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.